So guys, let's start here. So let's see what is Azure Data Engineering. Today we'll move further, okay? So as already you know, the Azure Data Engineering is nothing but this is a bunch of cloud services. And the following are the services we can have it here. That is called as ADF. Then you have ADB. Synapse. ADF, ADB, Synapse. And then we have the Azure Fabric. And even we have the OpenAI. Okay, so these are all the services we have it. Okay, guys. So everyone is clear with this? Please respond. Okay, so now when we talk about, yes, when we talk about the whole process, when we talk about the whole process, what is that? Whenever we talk about the whole process, that is ADF, ADB, Synapse, and the Azure Data Engineering, we have it. So guys, basically, this will start from where? Everyone, this will start from data. Am I right? Yeah. It will start from what? Data. So data means what? Can you tell me what do you mean data? Data is nothing but what? Information. Am I right? Data is nothing but what? Information. Okay. So data is nothing but what? Information. Data is nothing but what? Information. Okay. And the next one is. So guys, we have the data. Data is nothing but what? Information. And now data is nothing but the information. And here the information is nothing but what? Yeah. Information is nothing but what? Information is the data where we get this data from the various sources of data. Am I right or not? We can say we can get the data from the various source of data. So now tell me, what are the sources of data from where we can expect the data, guys? The first one, in fact, we can have many sources, but I'm just listing out the few, guys. What is that? The data information or data or the information, guys. The data or the information, everyone. The data or the information. Data or information is nothing but basically you have what's it? Source you have it. Okay. So data or the information, we get it from the source of data. What is it? Source of data. We can get it from the source of data. And whereas, can you see here, source of data? What is the source of data, guys, everyone? The source of data is nothing but, let us see now, social networking sites is the place from where we can expect the data. So what in the social networking sites? Can you tell me, guys, everyone? Huh? The social networking sites are what? That is, we call it as a Facebook, Insta, Twitter, Facebook, Insta, Twitter. Okay. Facebook, Insta, Twitter. Okay, Facebook, Insta, Twitter, and then we have what is that? Various things. Okay. Yes, guys. Facebook, Insta, Twitter, LinkedIn. These are all the social networking sites we have it. Okay. Whereas this data is nothing but called as what? Big data. Am I right? This is called as what? Big data. That is nothing but, guys, it is called as what? Big data. So data or the information, that is nothing but this is the source of data. Okay. So from where we can expect the data? So from where we can expect the data? We can expect the data from the social networking sites. What are the social networking sites we have it? Facebook, Insta, Twitter, LinkedIn, and then you have what is that, guys? Say Facebook, Insta, Twitter, LinkedIn, and then various things. So all this generates what data? Hmm? All of them, they generate the big data, guys. Big data. And now the next one is, again, you have what is that? The next source, what is that? Data. So guys, data are the information. Data are the information. We get it from the source, guys. What is that? Source of data. We get from the source of data where, guys, what is the other source of getting the data, guys? Can you tell me? Apart from the social networking sites. Yes. Am I audible now?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So social, that is nothing but apart from the social networking sites, what is the other source from where we can expect the data? So here is the data where we can expect the data from the following sources here. Okay. So what are the sources we have it? The first one I can say, guys, the sources of getting the information, the sources of getting the information. The sources of getting the information. The sources of getting the information here. Okay. So what are the sources from where we can expect the data? Let us say banking applications. So guys, whenever we use banking applications, okay, banking applications. Okay, banking applications. So guys, when you use the banking applications, okay, when we use the banking applications, guys, when we use the banking applications, these banking applications are used at which level here? At the banking sector level. Am I right? These banking applications are used at the banking sector level. So whereas these are used at the banks. And now, as you know, the banking data is considered as the massive and the huge amount of data. Okay. So banking data is considered as what's a huge volume of data that is called as a banking data, where even this data, guys, even this data is nothing but you'll get it in the form of what is that? Massive amount of data. We can say massive amount of data. Okay. So what are the other source from where we can get the data? Data are the information. Guys, we can get the what is that? From the source of data. What is the source of data? This time you can have, guys. The source of data, let us say live streaming process. Live streaming process. Okay. You can have what is that? Live streaming process. You can have what is that? Live streaming process. Live streaming process. So when we talk about the live streaming process, So what is the live streaming process, guys? Can you tell me? What is the live streaming process? Basically, live streaming process is nothing but it's a continuous process where the data is recorded. Live streaming process is a process where it's a continuous process where the data is recorded, such as, for example, okay, where the data is recorded, such as, for example, you can say, guys, okay, stock market. Stock market. So stock market is what? Stock market is nothing but it is a place. Stock market is nothing but what? It is a place where we can get the data. That is nothing but we can have the data. Okay, stock market. Okay, such as what is that? You have the uh, share market is in everyone. Yes, share market where the data keeps on changing every second. Am I right? The data keeps on changing every second. That is called as what? Live streaming data. Okay, which is called as what? Live streaming data. So hence this kind of data, it is also what is that? Big in nature, which is also called as what? Big data, which is also called as what? Big data, guys, which is also called as what? Big data. That is called as what? Massive amount of data. That is called as what? Massive amount of data. So where here we can say big data is nothing but the another name for the huge data. Okay, guys, the another name for the huge data is called as what? Big data. You can say massive amount of data, big volume of the data. Okay, all this is nothing but the big data only. Okay, so when we talk about the big data, guys, big means what? Huge, na? Big means what? Huge. Data means what? Information. So we can say what's it? Huge information. So guys, the huge information, as you know, we get the huge information from the following sources of data, where the data we receive it in the following format. The data we get it in the following format. What's the format, guys? The first one I can say, guys, everyone. Okay. The first format from where we can expect the data here is what is that? The first one is called as a structured data. Yes, it is called as what? Structured data. It is called as what? Structured data. Yes, guys, it is called as what? Structured data. So structured data is what? Yes. And the second data is called as what? Semi-structured data. And the third one is called as what? Unstructured data. So these are the three categories of data we can have. What's that? Structured data, semi-structured data, and as well as what's that? Unstructured data. Okay, guys. Structured data, semi-structured data, and as well as what? Unstructured data. Okay. So structured data means what? The data which is kept or placed in the form of a, is guys, table. That is called as what? In the form of a rows and columns. The data which is kept in the form of what? Rows and columns, proper rows and columns. That is called as what? Structured data, guys. Okay. So everyone is clear with this? Please respond. Hello. Yeah. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, sir. Yes.
Structured data is nothing but data is in the form of what? Rows and columns. That is called the tabular format of data. That is, guys, I'll just place you here. What is it? A table. Let us say I'm using the table here. Employees. And here you have what's it? Name, ID, job. Where, guys, the name is what is it? Alan. And the ID is something like this. And the job is what's it? SE. That is software engineer. And then you have the next one, what? Bobby. SOC. That's it. Can you see the data is placed here in the proper form of what? Rows and columns. So guys, this data is understandable by everyone. This data is what? Understandable by what? Everyone. This is called what? Proper format of data. That's called structured data. Okay, now. And the next one is nothing but what is it? You have it? You can say semi-structured data. Okay, guys. This next one is what? Semi-structured data. Let's try to see this. The semi-structured data. The semi-structured data is nothing but the data which is recorded in the form of what is it? JSON, and the data which is recorded in the form of HTML. Guys, the data which is recorded in the form of a JSON, HTML, and XML formats. Okay. So now let's see what is basically a JSON. So guys, JSON stands for what? JSON is nothing but it stands for Java Script Object Notation File. So it is JavaScript Object Notation File, where the data is recorded in the form of what is it, guys? Key value pair. Where the data is recorded in the form of what? Key value pair. What is it? Key value pair. That's it. Okay. The data is recorded in the form of what? Key value pair. So what is a key? What's a value? What's a pair? So guys, first of all, I'll tell you. Here you have it. The data always in the JSON is recorded in the form of curly braces. This is called as the opening brace and this is called as the closing brace, guys. Okay. So here, if I'm writing the same data in JSON, how it is written? Since here, key value pair. Now, keys are nothing but what? Column names are called as keys here. Column names are called as keys. So I'm using it here. Can you see? The first key is the name. Then you have a colon. What's the value you have it? So guys, the value is what, everyone? The value is what? The value is the A then. Am I right? Then use a comma. The next line. So what's the next line you have it, guys? If this is also key. Key means what? Column name. So column name is what? ID. And now guys, the next one you have it as what? 344, comma. Then you have a job. Then you have a job is what? So can you tell me, guys? Job is what? So here you have a yes, E. Can you see? This is called as a key value pair, where this is called as a JSON document. The whole one is called as what? JSON document. Okay. This is called as what, guys? JSON document, where the data is recorded in the form of a key value pair. These are the keys. Okay, these are the keys, and this is the value. Together, they are called as what? Key value pair, guys. That's it. Okay. So, following, please respond. Hello. Sorry. Am I audible, guys? So that's it for the day now. And rest of the things will continue tomorrow. Tomorrow, the same time, guys. But there will be a change in the link. Tomorrow it will be a paid link, guys. Okay. So get it registered to move further in the process. Okay. Thank you, everyone. I'm ending the class.